My name is Mami. Les week-ends à Bakechi sont très intéressants. Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue sur Be Enfrenched, My Journey with French. Moi, je m'appelle Madame Wilhemina Darkwah et je préfère que les gens m'appellent Madame Wilma. Ok, je suis la fondatrice d'Achievers Success Hub et tout ce qui concerne Françomonde, je suis la fondatrice. Aujourd'hui, je suis ici avec Mademoiselle Veronica Amoafoa Sasu. If I didn't say it well, she'll say it well when she takes over. Welcome everybody to Enfrenched, My Journey with French. My name is Madame Wilhemina Darkwah. I'm the founder of Achievers Success Hub and everything that has to do with Françomonde. What you've been saying, Francomonde, is not Francomonde, it's Françomonde, and I am the brain behind all of that. Yeah, so on this show, Enfrenched, My Journey with French, we have wonderful people who have had an experience with the French language, who are professionally using the French language. We want to hear from them, what they think about the language, how they learned the language, how they have benefited or maybe not benefited from the language. So today we have Mademoiselle Veronica Sasu. Let me jump the middle name because I want to pronounce it right the next time. She is a founder of VASA Consultancy and she's a French language influencer. Hey, this title I have not heard some before, so we want to know exactly what it's all about. Bienvenue, Veronica.
Merci, Madame Moma. Merci beaucoup. Je m'appelle Veronica Amoafoa Sasu et je suis la fondatrice de VASA Consultancy. J'ai travaillé comme d'assistante de la langue française à University. Oui. Et maintenant, je suis la fondatrice de VASA Consultancy. Je promouvois le français au Ghana.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for accepting to be on the show. Now, I want you to tell me what you just said in English because our listeners do not understand. Some of them may not understand the French, so let's hear.
Okay, so my name is Veronica Amoafoa Sasu, hence the name VASA.
Okay.
And I am the founder of VASA Consultancy. I have a degree in French and so I'm a French language influencer, meaning I promote the learning of French in Ghana.
Wow. Okay, so when I saw your LinkedIn profile, I said, I influence people to speak French. I said, hey, I just have some for me influence and if you're zooming in.
Of course, you are.
So the thing is, I've been doing this, trying to push people to learn French, trying to encourage people to learn French, and it's actually been a very lonely journey for me. And then on LinkedIn. I'm not so good at LinkedIn. It wasn't really working for me. So I'm basically on Facebook, right? I'm hyperactive on Facebook. And then I tried to come to LinkedIn to see something. Then I realized all of a sudden somebody has popped up who's always talking about French and making noise. I said, hey, now why not do me space or hey? That's how I found you. And then here we are. So happy to have you here today. Let's influence people to speak French. That's why you're here today. All right. So tell us about your journey with French. How did you learn the French language?
Okay. So for me, French was an elective in senior high. So I attended Bremani Sikuma Secondary School in the Central Region. And it was like every other course, French. But then my passion really developed when I went for a language immersion program in Togo. So my mom, when I was a child, like ever since I was growing up, my mom is always like French, 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 French. She's good with languages.
Okay.
She can speak most of like all the local languages in Ghana.
She's
like,
multilingual.
Yes. And a little bit of French. So she's always like, if it's not like if it wasn't French, like French, she wished she had taken French seriously because she's a police officer. And if she had the French or she could speak a little bit of the French, she would have, risen up to like higher ranks. So she encouraged my brother and I to learn French. But my brother is more of technical. So I was the one interested in languages. So I said, oh, why not? And pursued French as an elective in SHS. So up until we took that language immersion trip, I wasn't really excited. So it was during that 1 week at Village du Benin at Togo, University of Togo. That was when everything kicked in. I became very francophone.
Wow. So is it the university language immersion or like?
No. Secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah. High school. Yeah.
Your school did that?
Yeah. Brahmani Sukuma, like it's not very famous. Like my school, they call it village school, but I had aggregate 10. So I'm so proud I went to that school.
No, that's I went to village school. I didn't know you school. Village school, those of us in others, we wish we had.
Yes.
Language immersion at SHS at A.
Yes.
It's like great.
I say it's God. I always say that God just saves me there because I remembered I was crying. I didn't like that school, but then I never knew that was what was sent me to Togo. And I met at that time the ambassador to Togo at that time. He hosted us as his resident.
Wow.
Then my teacher made me read our vote of thanks. At that time, my French class was not proper, but he made me read them. I wrote it and he corrected it and he made me read it. Then the ambassador shook me. He was like, never forget this French. It will take you to places. And he didn't lie.
Wow.
He did not lie.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's how the tuition of French should be, Ankasa. Practical. And that these language immersions, if we could start it at the SHS level or something, it would make it but we were doing it mostly at the university level. So you continue to the university, right?
Yes. So I went every year. My mom made sure I went. At that time, it was just 400 cedis. It was expensive at that time, but my mom was like, 1 week, 400 cedis is really worth it. So every single year. So I went in 2014, 2015, 2016, and I have certificates for that. So when it came to practical oral, I wasn't really lacking, or I could understand. I just have to read more and listen more. But the practicability of the languages, it wasn't a problem for me. And I had A1 in French. Amen.
With all this practical exposure, that's how the language of the learning of the language should be practical. When it's practical, it's more encouraging. And like you said, you didn't like it, but when you went for the language immersion, it was sparked up in you. So it really makes a difference. And then when you said your brother and you started, it reminded me of my story. Yeah. They got a French teacher to teach all of us, including my brothers and my sister.
Yeah.
And when the teacher comes in, the way they would worry the teacher, they'd be teasing the teacher, disturbing him. I was the only one who was really bent on learning the thing. To the extent that the teacher had to find a different place to teach me, because anytime he came to that they would tease him. He was a Togolese and he didn't understand English, So this one I always laugh at it. Let's add it and let's laugh at it. My brother told him that la cuisine, which is kitchen, is chicken. La cuisine is chicken, and the kitchen rather
was
du poulet. Yes. So this man will be teaching, and then anytime he mentions la cuisine, he's like, kitchen, chicken, I And so later in life, when they see me speaking French or doing things in French, then they will be like, hey, mommy, and you know, they start you find it serious, and if we are all taking it seriously, like they would not have just behind as it is now, So also, apart from that, I've realized that most of the people that I teach, especially the adults, they wish that they had taken French seriously when they were much younger. People are now realizing the importance of the French language, and somehow they feel like it's too late. And even when they don't feel like it's too late, the reality is that for the adults, I'll let you talk about that. The adults who come for class, also who come for online sessions, they are so busy. Even when they are serious, and they'll call me and say, "Oh, I'm a very serious person." I said, "No, adults, I've stopped doing it. You people just waste my. I'm very serious. You should try me." Then you just give them a try. And after 2 months, I have to travel here. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's not that they are not serious. They are too busy. Meanwhile, their work requires that they be able to speak the French language. So most of them are sad that when they were younger, they did not take the French language seriously. So I'm happy. God bless your mother for giving you, the push. And then I know that the armed forces also, they have been doing the DELF and the DALF. It's compulsory.
Yes. It's compulsory for them.
Yeah,
for them, it's compulsory.
Whatever work you do, the French is very important. Maybe we are surrounded by French-speaking countries.
Exactly. That's why I'm a French language influencer.
You will influence.
You will learn at least.
You will learn by force.
Je m'appelle. Je viens du Ghana. Je suis Ghanaian.
Okay.
Be able to say that.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah, so as I said, I would ask you about it. I know that you have also been tutoring people, and we've spoken about it before. I want you to tell me, what are the challenges of getting Ghanaians to learn French or teaching Ghanaians French?
Awesome. A lot on my mind. I have a lot to say, but let me make it short.
Don't cry.
The problem, okay, so I'll start with adults because I've not taught
children,
younger students before. So I was a French teaching assistant, and right now I teach professionals. Okay, so for them, I feel like they want to learn it, but they are afraid, to be corrected by, I don't know, a younger person. When it goes on for a very long time, they're like, it's not possible. It's not possible. I won't learn again. It's not possible. And then also, I feel like when they are taking the classes, they should at least try and then visit Togo, which is like very near and it's not so expensive. Maybe Benin is farther and then Abidjan, but Togo is just here. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours.
Okay.
They don't want to invest in their learning progress, but they want progress, which is, they don't want to invest their time, money, nothing. They just want, I don't know, it's like they want you to come and teach them, and by tomorrow they are writing French, which is unrealistic for me. I've been learning French in Ghana for more than 10 years. At JHS, I was learning French. SHS French, 4 years in the university, national 7. And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Every day is an opportunity to learn. But then, no, practice. You give them resources, learn. No. I forgot, I was busy. They don't understand that it's dedication. Like, you really have to be dedicated because it's not your first language. And you are living also in an Anglophone country. So you have to make conscious effort, but they are not willing to. It's like when you tell them, they feel like, they look at you as if, oh, you are already good, so it's not possible for me. But then they don't know that as we started like that, you get it. Yeah. And it's always conscious and being intentional about how you go about your learning strategies, and you will be fine. And those who are willing to put in the work, they get results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those who are willing to put in the work, they get the results. Okay. So viewers, listeners, those who are willing to put in the work to get the results. Like she's saying, I always try to kind of find excuses for people. So I don't say it as she has said it. Okay. So because I mean, you will give people will come for class, you give assignments, you come back. I didn't have time to do it. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. Okay, you guys can get learning resources here and here. So go and watch this video. Come and let's discuss. They come back. Oh, I didn't have time to do it. Blah blah blah. And then they are expecting that by magic they'll be able to speak. It doesn't work that way. French, it's some of us try to make it easy, but it's not as easy as we are trying to make. We're just trying to use strategies to make it easier. Because generally French is difficult. Honestly, it's difficult.
It is.
But if you find the strategies and the motivation, you will keep going. It's like anything that we have in life. Anything that you want to embark on in life, it's difficult to. I just say they didn't cry. Some of us it's difficult for us. You just have to motivate yourself and then put in the work. And then the issue of people who are afraid to make mistakes. If you don't make the mistake, you will not speak. Even some of us who are said to be fluent, sometimes when we speak, we make the mistake. And after you finish talking, and you're like, hey, how do
you remember? Exactly.
Because we are not living in a country where we hear the French every day. You have to make a conscious effort to hear it. And as you are hearing it, you should find a way to speak it out, right? So anytime you are learning, I tell my students that don't be afraid to make the mistakes. That's why I'm here. I will listen to the mistake. I will listen to whatever you've said. I will not interrupt. When you've finished, as you're talking, I'm just noting down your mistakes. So when you're done, and then I point out what you said, and then you learn from it. But if you don't speak out because you're afraid to make the mistakes, then you are not going to make the progress. And you will get angry at the teacher. Meanwhile, teacher, we cannot do the magic and put it in your head.
Exactly.
Make the effort. So if you really want to learn French, be ready to invest the time, invest the money, and then every effort that you need to put in, just make sure. We know that you are busy, but for everything that is important, no matter how busy we are, we can force some time. We can squeeze some time somewhere and get it done. So I believe that is also something that is possible for us to do. Now, let me go back to Vero. Vero actually said, apart from me seeing you say, what's it? Language influence. I influence people to speak languages. And I saw that people commenting on your hey, and they're all talking about French. I was like, hey, there's not one person who is crazy about French. I say it's an army of people. So, so one day I saw your language seminar thing, and then I saw that you have a group where you make people come and learn the French. And then there's this aspect where I have been contacted several times by people that start a French-speaking community. But looking at how far I've struggled with getting adults to learn French, I said, me. Members start a community, I'm frustrating me. So when I saw you have started this, I'm like, okay, these people have started what I am refusing to start. So let me just go there and see what they do so that I'll recommend people, because never in my life will I dream of starting a community. From what the adults have done to me, if it's for children, I'll do it. But adults, never done. I joined them the first time, and then I realized, wow, that's cool. These guys are trying. So I want you to tell me about Be Proficient and then the language community. So first of all, I want you to tell me about Be Proficient, the language community, and the benefits of having a language community in your journey of learning French. Let's hear you.
Okay, so thank you so much for that, Walma. So Be Proficient, as you all know, it's a language. It's like a language school, let me say, a language school. So Be Proficient is a language school aimed at helping language learners. So it can be different foreign languages. So far, the main ones that we have Spanish, French, English for French, Francophone speakers, Chinese. These are the active ones now, but there are other languages too. But these are the 4 main languages: French, Spanish, English for Francophones, and then Chinese language. Okay, so the founder of Be Proficient is Henrietta. She's currently pursuing her PhD in Spanish. She recently just finished her master's and she's currently pursuing her PhD in Spanish language. So I also met her on LinkedIn. She was always like promoting language learning, foreign languages, benefits of learning foreign languages, and she specified on like Spanish. So she contacted me and she was like, Veronica, why not, try to do something with the French? I see you talk about it. Why not join me and then manage my French language community? So I was like, oh, okay. So at the time, it was just Be Proficient main group. And then we went ahead to break it into sections. And then I was the coordinator for the Be Proficient French community. So the Be Proficient French community, which I am the coordinator, it's a group of French language learners in Ghana, abroad, from several countries, learning French. So in this group, you find language buddies. That was the main reason why we created that group. But eventually it evolved. And right now we do Friday French practice, which Madame Woma always provides us with resources and our discussions, like topics to discuss on. So she is funding us with the resources, and she's been doing so well and amazing for us. And she also guides us on how to lead the discussions on the group. So if you are learning French in Ghana or anywhere, I entreat you to join our French community. It will really help you. We answer questions on like maybe confusions if you have grammar you don't understand. It's a lot. Sometimes French can be a lot when you are learning. Just put the question in the group, and then we have Madame Woma and Kiruku, Mr. Fred, who will answer you within a short time. You will get your response. So that's all what I have to say about Be Proficient and the Be Proficient French community.
Okay. And then you said something about the language buddy. What's it about?
The language buddy, initially, it was find a language buddy, find a French-speaking partner. Like it's like a accountability partner, because you are all learning French. So come and then find another French learner so that you can practice together. Yeah.
All right. Whenever I hear that, I think of the pen pals. Back in our days, you had something called you write, you have a foreign friend somewhere that you've never met before, and we didn't have WhatsApp and those things, so you write a letter to the person, a letter to my pen pal.
Wow, I used to write some. Jesus, wow.
Oh, that's really involved. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so I also want to find out, what are the benefits of being able to speak the French language? What are some of the benefits you get from speaking the French language?
Yeah. So, as at last year, Ghana is an official member of the what's the name?
Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie.
Francophonie. Yes. And it has a lot of benefits, because now we have Francophone businesses coming to Ghana. Ghanaians also participating in summits, conferences. Like it's like a collaboration. Yeah. So they need more French speakers in Ghana. That is like just one of the advantages. And also these days, if you want a job in a multinational company, most of them need bilinguals. So a little bit of French, a little bit of English. Le deux, mélanger. And some. So yeah, most of them, that's the requirement. Like if you don't have it, no problem, but it's preferred to get it. So at least a little bit of the French. Yes. Yeah. So it's very important. And I would say most people miss opportunities, and then they now come that, oh, I want a French teacher. Oh, I want to learn French. And then the opportunity never comes back again.
Yeah.
It just comes once, So it's not even a lot of French, but just a little knowledge in French that you can improve, because these companies, they pay for more courses for you to do in the language. So they just need an entry level, basic French for you to, build up your competency. But lots of Ghanaians just run away. And they miss the opportunity. And after they miss the opportunity, they're like, I wish.
I wish. And so now, yeah, and just to add to that, personally, I noticed that for the past 2 years, okay, as you said, the French embassy Ghana joined the Francophonie last year. So the 2 years before then, it was more like a campaign to tell the fans that Ghanaians are ready to join the Francophonie. So the French embassy in Ghana has been embarking on so many activities that are aimed at pushing Ghanaians into the Francophone spaces. If you've been following their pages, you'd realize the people are the Olympics, sports, breakdance, so many things. And so last year, myself and then we were a delegation of 5 people. The embassy sent us to Benin to represent Ghana in an international Francophone forum. Like all the countries, they were surprised when they had people from Ghana. Hey, they're like, Ghana and in a Francophone conference, like it doesn't make sense. Because everybody wanted to meet us and talk to us, and they were surprised that we were fluent in French, because they know that Ghana and Francophone countries, and so where are we? So that was when I realized, okay, so it means like it looks like these Francophone people also want to connect with us, but because of the language barrier, they're not Yeah, the way they were really like trying so hard to get to know us, the Ghanaians, I was like, okay, now we are kind of strange people here, So it's very important to learn the French language. And like they're saying, the French embassy, because of the Francophonie, they are doing a lot. As I've already mentioned, they are pushing Ghanaians into the French spaces. And then they are bringing French companies into Ghana. There are French companies, they organize forums or fora, as we call it. French investors and all of that are coming into the country. So many opportunities for people who can speak the French language. So if you have not positioned yourself well, this is the time to do so. And then, as you said, sometimes you miss the opportunity or the opportunity is coming closer and you want to be able to speak the French. If you want to learn it under pressure, you may struggle. It won't even work. It won't work. It's like, well, wait, you're going to write an exam and then, no, you want to learn and pass. It won't work. So this is the time. If you can make the time to learn it, make the time to learn it. Don't wait for the opportunity to come. And if you can make the time now, at least make sure that your children are learning the French language. Give them that class. I always say that I bless God for my parents' lives. I went to France. They paid for me to go to France in 2007. As of now, I'm still benefiting from that investment that they did way back then. And I always say that at that time, my daddy had 2 cars. He sold one just so that I could go to the France, and I'm benefiting from it. Right. So if you are a parent, this is also the time to invest in your children and do the best for them. Right. So position yourselves well, position your children well to benefit from the Francophone experience. Right. And then back to this one. People say this argument, I keep bringing it up because people have been telling me that, hey, people have been pushing international languages. Don't you know that you let the children forget about the local languages? I want to know, are the international languages a threat to the local languages?
Not at all. No, not at all. They are not a threat because why? Even this matter, I always get attacked a lot. But if you look at it, no matter what you do, Ghana is surrounded by Francophone countries. No matter what, English is our national language. French is the national language of all these neighboring countries. And whether coup d'etat, no coup d'etat, whether they are changing the language to their local language, it is still the language that is used officially. It is so why not right now they are thinking about who is pushing what local languages. Why not position yourself rather so that when you get the opportunity, you can benefit from it rather than saying that let me learn local languages. How many although local languages, that's why when you are little, parents in Ghana try. My mom, and my dad, they never spoke English to me at home. Meka Tree, they spoke Tree to me. My mom is a Sisala. She tried to speak Sisala with me at home, but mainly because my dad also doesn't speak Sisala, we speak Tree at home, at least one local language at home. It's Meka Tree. Even if I'm speaking in English with my friend and I talk to them, I still speak the Tree. Because the local languages are important because it helps us understand like things more easier when we are going or when we are in school. And if you train your child with local languages also, it helps them because they understand and see life differently or better, let's say. But if you teach them foreign languages, I'm not saying we shouldn't teach them foreign languages in the house, but then at home, try to let them stay in touch with their heritage, like their Ghanaian or wherever heritage, so that they have a piece of them that at least this is what I do. And also push them to learn the French. But for us as French language influencers, that is where we find ourselves. That is our career. That is the degree we have chosen to pursue. So for us, we are doing our job. Yeah. We are engineers, so we are in science, also pushing for sciences, environmental art. We are French degree holders. So as is our profession. So let's just say we are doing our work. So I don't agree with them. I don't agree with others when it comes to local. I'm like, the same way you have your medicine degree, yes, I'm also having French degree. And this is my work to promote the learning of French and to help others. Exactly. You know, to help, because when I was in university, the reason why I'm so passionate about this, when I was in university, I wish I had someone doing this, organizing seminars, talking about their experience with the French language. I really wish I had people who were like very actively promoting the French and to help others sharing their experience. But I had to struggle on my own to, learn everything. And I'm now being how do you say, a mentor to younger generations. Like sometimes a lot of them, TikTok, everywhere, Veronica, this question, this, I'm giving up. I can't. It's too difficult. What will I even do with the French? I'm like, look at me. So anytime I have a lot of message. Veronica, I want to be like you. Veronica, I want to interpret French. Veronica, because of you, I've taken my French seriously. I get so fulfilled. Like I'm so fulfilled. Exactly. And I encourage them with the little chance I get that, just work hard and make sure that at the end, you know how to speak. You are fluent in the language. It's not even necessary first class, second class, upper. Just when you are done, when they ask you for Masava, be able to respond. Yeah. Be able to respond. Don't go and say, I can't read, I can't write. That thing, the way it's annoying me. We're like, tu parles français? Comme ci, comme ça. What is comme ci, comme ça? Ghanaians, the way they like comme ci, comme ça. Unless you don't ask, tu parles français? Vous parlez français? Comme ci, comme ça. They will give you comme ci, comme ça right now.
Okay, so as you said, the local languages are as important as the international languages because it's our heritage. And some of us just like blending, shifting from language to language. And it's an amazing experience. I think we spoke that in the previous ones. So no, it's not a threat. We just have to put in our very best. So now we're wrapping up. I want you to tell us about the language seminar. Yeah, you make me so happy on LinkedIn because you are doing what I've been struggling to do all these years, and I'm sounding the alarm all alone. And then I find you have a whole army behind you, and you're organizing seminars here and there. Tell us about the language seminars. What is the purpose of the language? What is your motivation? Why do you do it? And what is it all about? What happens there? And then I know that Be Proficient is also coming up with a French language bootcamp. Tell us all about that.
Okay, so the name of my seminar, Speak French, Shine Online. So it came as a result of Be Proficient language seminars. So it was actually Henrietta, the CEO of Be Proficient, who encouraged me to do something in my niche. So she does Spanish, and when she's doing her language seminar, she speaks more about Spanish. So she's like, Veronica, why not try something with the French since that's your field? So I was like, okay. Then we went to ChatGPT, gave it all our options. And then I wanted people, most people speak French, but they don't know how to come online and talk about it or let you show to people that, oh, I speak French, like content. What should I even talk about? Like, am I always talking about French? Do I teach grammar? What do I even do? So I realized this and I'm like, okay, the title of my seminar will be Speak French. So you speak French and you are also shining online. Yes, because we are in the digital world. So that's how come we started. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right now we are on our sixth seminar coming up on 30th of this month. And I'm so happy. Madam Roma has been our guest and it was such an insightful one. And we've had a lot of people on our panels and they've been so helpful. And this month, God willing, we also have another seminar, Speak French, Shine Online 6.0. And I encourage all of you to come. So it's mainly focused on French learning and the opportunities French gives to people, how to position yourself online strategically, helping you with resources, coming on board to answer most of your questions. Like you don't know, you're in university, you don't know what to do with French. Okay, you're in SHS. Should I continue with French? Are jobs available? I remember one time, one lady told me that which program do you want to pursue? And I said French. I was like, it's French. What the bear they want Ghana?
They don't know.
In my head, I was like, I'm in the best to uncle. Like it pained me. Like it really pained me. It's like it's trash. I don't know. They were just like into the
Let's forgive
them. You are going to do French. And it really hurts me because it's not easy. It's not Dr.
Something that you are passionate about. No, being the
You've done university French and you know it is no joke. I think if you did French university and you even graduated with a pass, you've done well. You have done well.
It's a hustle.
So, yeah, because the lecturers, they don't teach you anything. No, they just go straight to theory. They leave the practical to you. Do it on your own. So whether you speak, you not speak, they are doing their work.
Yeah, they're doing their work.
Yeah. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
And the boot camp
also. We speak. So about the boot camp also. So the boot camp is to help people who are stuck. They've hit a plateau in their language learning journey. They don't know what works anymore. They are frustrated because they don't see progress. And also we help them to shine online, like position themselves strategically using professional platforms, social media platforms like LinkedIn. So we are also going to do the LinkedIn optimization for you and we'll help you. So we take from B1 upwards because the beginners just is a special
matter.
Special matter. So we are doing from B1 upwards and we'll help you, we'll give you effective. We have Madam Woma on the team, Fred Itru on the team, Henrietta and myself. We've used the strategies tested and approved by FDA. by French learners and language learners. That's what you cannot do. How can you fail? How can you fail? No, you can't. So join us. If you are learning French, you should join the boot camp. Yes. It's just 150 cedis for 21 days.
Wow.
It's not a waste of money at all.
You guys are amazing. You're doing a great job. So yes, so they are doing something very, very exciting, and it comes at a very low rate. I would never charge 150 for that, what they are about to do. But I said, okay, they are doing something great, so let me support them. So I'll be supporting them, right? But they are the main faces behind that. You're doing such a great job. God bless you so much. You and Henrietta and Kirikou. Kirikou will be my guest one of these days.
Yes.
He has to come.
Great, yes.
All right. So let me also wrap up with tomorrow. That is 29th of June. I'm having my Françomonde teaching experience. Yes, so the purpose of the Françomonde teaching experience is to teach people, mainly people who are into the tuition of French, how to teach the language and teach it well. As we have mentioned, French is generally difficult, but just like anything that is difficult, there is always a way around it. There is always, when you have people who have experience, knowledge, enough practical experience and research on that, they know which path to use to get you to an easier route and your final destination at an easier, method. With easier methodologies, easier resources, and all of that. So the Françomonde teaching experience is just to help you understand how to teach people who want to learn the French. If you teach French online, if you teach French in person, if you teach adults, if you teach children, even if there are some people who like to learn on their own. If you want strategies on how to do that, you can also come. If you're a parent who doesn't want to sign up for the lessons, but you want to know how to teach your child on your own, you also have to be there. You have to be there to learn. I have a lot of people who call me, even school owners who go, "Oh, I want my French teacher to teach the way you do," and all of that. I say, come for this seminar. Come for this. It's online. So if the few things that I've been doing online with 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you've been learning a lot, then you can imagine how much you're going to learn within this period. And you have never checked my page, Achievers Success Hub. Go and check Achievers Success Hub and tell me what you see there. Children are speaking French, adults are speaking French, and they are not being forced. They are happy learning the French language. So you have to sign up for this. And it's just 300 Ghana cedis. 300 Ghana cedis to come and learn something that you will use to teach your students for the rest of your life. Just 300 cedis to get that done. And you're learning from the best. It's like Ghana, and you say, when you're talking about French and the teaching, if you have not seen Achievers Success Hub, you have not seen Françomonde, if you have not seen Madame Woma, so meet I'm an influencer.
Yes.
If you have not seen me, please come for the webinar and let's learn how to teach. Let's make the language fun and easy for everyone who wants to learn it. All right, so I'll let Veronica give us her last words. Est-ce que vous avez des conseils pour les téléspectateurs ou toutes les personnes qui nous écoutent?
Okay. Donc, je vais dire, le français n'est pas difficile. Avec les bonnes stratégies d'apprentissage, tu peux apprendre, ou vous pouvez apprendre le français. Merci. So French is not difficult. With good learning strategies, you will be able to learn French. That's all. My name is Veronica, and I promote French learning in Ghana. Yes.
French language influencer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Merci d'être ici. Merci pour votre temps. And so she is saying that with the right strategy, French is not difficult. With the right strategies, you'll be able to learn it. Avec de bonnes stratégies, vous allez avoir la capacité d'apprendre la langue française. Ok, donc merci tout le monde. Merci d'avoir écouté. Merci de nous avoir regardé. À la semaine prochaine. Oh, c'est pas la semaine prochaine. À la fois prochaine.
Ok.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. À très vite.